What's up, guys? It is GP here with another episode of the Midwest Cannabis Podcast. Today, I'm joined by Zach, and we are coming to you from Respect My Region. So, definitely excited to be having another episode, to be adding another state under the Midwest Cannabis Podcast. It's the first guest I believe we've had from the great state of Ohio. How are you doing today, Zach?
I'm great. Thank you for putting Ohio on the map here, and grateful to be here.
Of course, of course. And so, as it says on the screen, you are the president of Certified Cultivators. And I went through your website and I saw how deep your guys' like product listing is and stuff like that. So, do you kind of want to talk about Certified Cultivators and how it got started?
Yeah, absolutely. How did it started? Certified Cultivator started in the end of 2016 over a joint with my father.
Okay.
Uh, we're a family. We're born and bred here in Ohio. I live in Columbus. We're from Dayton, Ohio. My father was in the auto parts business when I was growing up. And when I was 24, I actually started a sushi company in downtown Cincinnati. So I built a fast casual sushi chain around the state of Ohio for 10 years. And I was smoking a joint with my father when they changed the law back in 2016. And we thought we had an old warehouse in Dayton, Ohio that we thought would be a good landlord for indoor cannabis cultivation. I said, I agreed that, but we should be the tenant as well. And pretty much within 24 hours of that conversation, we kind of said, fuck it, why not us? And started dreaming about the opportunity to get in the business and put together an application. And over a long period of time, we ended up winning a level 1 cultivation and processing license. And we've been building the company ever since. And we're up to like 95 employees right now. We've got 25,000 square feet under canopy. Beautiful indoor facility we've been retrofitting in Dayton, and we got a full-on lab kitchen, and we're trying to have one strong harvest after another. We got all kinds of genetics in there, and we got a whole lineup of products.
That sounds great. Like how difficult in the state of Ohio specifically was it to get into the industry? Was it a long, like arduous process, or was it a process that could kind of be purchased? What would you say is how difficult was it?
It's the hardest thing we've ever done in our entire lives.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was, a limited license state. So we ended up winning our license through an appeal through the state for cultivation. But beyond just winning the license was the first major hurdle to overcome. But then it was like, well, holy shit, what do we do? I've been running a restaurant company for 10 years. My father ran, real estate businesses and auto parts businesses. And we knew nothing about cannabis besides the fact that we love cannabis. I was diagnosed with Crohn's when I was 12. So I've been dealing with, the physical and mental effects of Crohn's disease since I was 12 years old and how it affected me. So as I've been a consumer of cannabis most of my life due to that. And so a believer in the product. And then from there, it was, how do we figure out how to get this thing built and build something that is sustainable and that can put out a great product and build a strong team. And that's been a whole nother journey. I feel like I've been in business for 20 years and it's only been 2.
Right. I can definitely imagine that. And I know that you're existing now in a medical realm. Do you think, or do you see Ohio moving towards more recreational sales in the near future or long-term future? Or how do you see that playing out?
Yeah, I mean, adult use is coming at some point. It's a matter of when. I believe that medical programs are kind of like it's the infancy stages of building an entire industry.
Yeah.
So it's coming. It's just a matter of when, and it depends on who you talk to. I mean, I get in some of those conversations on the politics and the laws and all that stuff, and it usually just drives me nuts. And I'd rather focus on my team and the flower and our facility. And but it's coming. Hopefully, but no later at the end of 23. But we're preparing for it and continuing to build out our facility to accommodate. But we're having a good time over here.
That's good. And with it being a new state or recently legal, and there's I know starting to be some training programs and stuff, how difficult is it to hire high quality like employees in the cannabis market now? Like people that know their stuff, people who are able to like really get the job done at a high level.
I mean, you need to have the expertise. We've made some good hires, we made some bad hires, and it's all about your team, no matter what industry you're in, whether it's cannabis or sushi restaurants or anything.
Hmm.
The team is what matters, and if everybody's aligned, working towards the same goal, and understands what we're out, what we're doing, it starts with the passion for the product, and all 92 people on our team right now are obsessed with the plant and with cannabis, and are eager to work together to solve problems as we're growing and building. And so yeah, I mean, you need the skill set for some of the, we've been highly trained in the lab, and obviously in the garden, and so from that standpoint, it's about building a team of people that are working towards, we call it Certifamily. So we got a squad that's eager and excited to learn, and a lot of people that have learned some stuff in other markets have come back to Ohio, because I mean there's 12 million people in the state, or
Right.
from the state. So um, there's you can find good people, and fortunately, people want to work in the industry. And it's we've actually found that a lot of people coming from hospitality and restaurants, and
Uh,
it's a similar, I mean, because it's not easy work. I mean,
mhm.
all of us that are in the
At all.
space, this is intense manufacturing facility. um but a lot of smiles, a lot of positive vibes, and good tunes going on, and just creating an environment where people want to work every day. And I'm grateful that people want to be in this business and are excited to learn. So it starts with
Absolutely.
curiosity, and from there we can do anything.
Absolutely. And in your state, have you noticed a shift in the culture and how cannabis is being accepted, or is there still kind of some pushback? How has it shifted since legalization happened, or if it has?
I mean, in my circle, it's obviously more cannabis in my life than ever before.
Right.
I mean, it's the conversation around the dinner table is slowly evolving. It's not where it is in probably Illinois or Michigan or California by any means, but it is slowly changing. I mean, we're only selling to like 150,000 people or so in the state
Mhm.
right now, so it's a very small overall piece
Mhm.
of actual customers making purchases here in Ohio, because it's a small medical market at this point. So it's we're in our very, very infancy stages of how cannabis will be welcomed in the state of Ohio, but we all know that everybody's consuming it. It's just we're not, people aren't comfortable talking about it yet. So slowly and organically, you know you got aunts and uncles and family members reaching out about gummies and trying to sleep better at night and being more willing to talk about it. So it's
Mhm.
slowly more welcomed around the dinner table than it used to be, and that's all that matters. And I think that's what we're all doing, and pushing it forward.
Got you, got you. And do you guys have kind of to ask you a few questions about your company? Do you guys have that signature strain at this point, either signature strain or product that you guys are known for around the state?
Yeah, I mean, flour's always king. So it's
Mhm.
we've been buying seeds, and we got Jungle Boys genetics, we got Seed Junkie genetics, we've got a lot of exotic Mike, we've had some archive, and so we're much like the restaurants, we're trying to continually pheno hunt and put out new strains, and really keep it moving, and we're a small family owned business, so we're
Mhm.
not we can do whatever we want. So we're going to keep
Yeah.
putting new genetics out there, and keep connecting with the customer in a way, through our brand and through our flower. And we did actually just launch a new product actually in the last couple weeks. I'll show it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about them. Um, we entered the drink segment, which is I'm really excited about. But we made these little, they're like little 5-hour energy shots.
Okay.
Yeah, so we partnered up with Source up in Seattle, and to do some nano or some THC emulsion, and
Yeah.
made some flavorful like 25 milligram shots. And
Oh,
this
that's
is
a good
obviously
amount for that size too.
yeah.
25 milligrams is a good amount for that size for sure.
Yeah, so we're this was our entry into the beverage segment, which I think has endless potential, but a unique kind of way to, I think, to receive THC. One of my favorite things to talk about is getting people that maybe had experienced THC a couple decades ago or whatever, but have
Mhm.
a specific thought about it that they aren't really willing to try it again. And I think gummies and now these drinks that we have are a really good way to kind of get people back into talking about it and learning how it can help them, whether it's for
Yeah.
pain or for anxiety or for nausea or for sleeping, and really just creating a conversation about cannabis
And
and being
opening up their minds to the fact that
yep.
it's not just, sorry to cut you off, but that it's not just about like smoking or smoking blunts or joints. It's like there's such a wide array of things available. I'm sorry to cut you off once again.
No, listen, that's why when you guys were asking me to come on here, I was like, hell yeah, I want to talk. I mean, we just got to talk about cannabis and make people comfortable, because everybody's coming from a different lens of what cannabis means to them or how it can help them, and most of them don't even understand how it can help them. So it's literally just opening up the idea of thinking of it as medicine, and understanding your dose and trying to figure out how much 5 milligrams will affect you, or 7, or some people need 50, or I mean, who knows? It's different for everybody, but I just like talking about it, and I want people to feel comfortable talking about it. And I think, um, yeah. So this was I'm hoping this becomes our signature product right here.
I got you. I got you. What's your favorite way to consume personally? Since we're talking about it a little bit, what's your favorite way?
I mean, flour always. I mean,
Yeah.
I like to roll it up and into a J, and kind of the traditional way. I got my got one right here. But I mean, it's interesting. It depends on what's going on too. Like, at the beginning of COVID, and my anxiety was much higher, and I was, sometimes I have to slow down on my flour consumption, and I was consuming like 5 to 7 milligrams of an edible, and it helped me in a way that it was different than the way flour was helping me at that time. So I think I go through phases where consuming it and receiving it in different ways. I can learn to use it for different reasons as well. If I'm going out on a Friday night, or if I'm, trying to calm down, and, just different reasons. So, I don't know if I have a favorite. It depends on what's going on. I'll
I
go
hear
through
you. That
phases.
makes
You know what I
that
mean?
answer makes complete sense because there's so many different ways of consuming it, like you just said. And I would agree with you in phases. I go through phases in terms of how I'm smoking it. So sometimes I'll go through a little glass phase. Sometimes I'll go through like rolling it up or whatever. And then I also have the consumption phase where sometimes I want to eat something, sometimes I like a drink, or sometimes I need it for something. I need it to focus. I need energy at this point. With this point, I need to relax. So I 100% understand where you're coming from.
Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah, so it's cannabis is in its early stages, and it's crazy how you're in Illinois, you said, right?
Yes, I'm in Chicago right now.
Nice. Yeah, so it's very exciting. I mean, it's I was in at a dispensary in Chicago last weekend and made some
I know
purchases.
it was very expensive. I know that.
Yeah, it was.
Are prices lower than in Ohio than they are here? Or because I know it's in the medical segment, so the taxation is a little bit different. But is it kind of expensive in Ohio or?
It's not cheap. It's equally as expensive as it is in Illinois. Honestly, I think your price per pound's higher than ours right now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's not, the crazy thing is we have to, I spend a lot of money because I'm not allowed to, I have to buy all my stuff at the dispensaries. So the only way for me to try our own product is to go buy it in dispensaries. So I'm spending a lot of money in the dispensaries and
Why
helping.
is it why is it like that? That's just how the laws are set up?
Oh yeah. 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 Compliance. And, I'm a patient. So, um, yeah, we're not adult use quite yet, but we'll be there soon enough.
I got you. That's interesting. I never even thought about that it would had to be set up that way. And so can employees and stuff like that, like discounts available and stuff like that for employees, or is it like really strict about that?
I think they're working on that from a retail side of things. I'm not
Okay.
super dialed into dispensaries, and we don't have a dispensary quite yet.
I got
Looking forward to having them eventually,
you. Mhm.
but I think they're trying to figure out how to way to make that happen. There's probably need to listen a little bit more on all these the political conversations with the association and whatnot, but
Mhm.
um, it's hard to make a change in there. So I'm more focused
On
internally.
what you're doing. I completely understand.
A little more fun being in the garden than it is being in those meetings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess this is kind of halfway political, halfway what you're dealing with. What is it like from the marketing side? Like as trying to market your product, because I'm guessing you're more B2B because you don't have the dispensary set up. So how is that marketing work? And is it kind of tough, or are people kind of accepting to new brands?
I mean that part's tough because everything we do needs to get approved through the state, whether it's Instagram, anything on our website or whatnot. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about the product. So,
Hmm.
we have a clean looking brand and design from that standpoint. We can have nice looking packaging and whatnot, but from a marketing side, we're really not allowed to do anything. So,
I see.
which actually is a good thing from my lens at the moment. It's like we can stay focused on making sure our flower is the best it possibly can be in each single
Yeah.
product. And I think it's done through one experience at a time, and one, you get our I got some where is it over here? I just got some of our wedding punch smalls, which is some seed junkie. So just a little bit through our design and our rainbow to start getting our our name recognized. But um, it's tough, but
Yeah.
we're so small. It's like, the market's so small. We have plenty of time to catch up on marketing and whatnot. But
Absolutely. And are there a good amount of like live events? Do you guys ever do like any pop up? I know you can't like sell anywhere, but like, do you guys do like pop ups and go to live events around the state of Ohio?
they're starting to. They're growing quickly. There's comp or like, there's one last weekend. A bunch of our team members went to.
Okay.
They're slowly starting to pop up. Not big yet. Like you can't put our name on a billboard or anything like that. Or we're not even allowed to give away shirts and hats and stuff like that. So it's
Okay.
yeah, the rules are pretty wild, but yeah, I mean, it's people are finding how to get the product. It's not that hard.
Absolutely. That's all that really matters at the end of the day is that people are finding ways to get the certified cultivators products for sure.
What's going on, and like have you guys talked to anybody else in Ohio? Are we Ohio's probably brand new to you guys, huh?
Yeah, we haven't gotten to talk to too many people in Ohio. Because yeah, really, because like you said, y'all have limited licensing, so it's only people that would really or would agree to come on here, have a conversation with us, answer the questions that you're answering and stuff like that. So it's not there just aren't a ton of options, and we're kind of ignorant to what's going on out in Ohio. I'm not exactly sure because when I go to somewhere, if I'm going to visit and go try something, I'm mostly focusing obviously on recreational stuff because I'm
Yeah.
not trying to do anything illegal or anything like that in places. So
Yeah, I mean, it's why it's like I'm so grateful to be a part of this now because
mhm.
there's 12 million people in the state, so we're like the sixth or seventh largest state in the country.
Yeah.
You're in Illinois, we're about the same, so our
Mhm.
market's very very large. So people are eager to get here. There's 73 new dispensaries opening up over the next 12 months or so.
73.
We're
Okay,
only
that's a lot.
57 open today. So there's the accessibility has been a little tough and the lines are long. But we're adding more dispensaries rather quickly. The program's only going to get bigger. But Ohio will be on the on the map.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
yeah, we're everywhere, and people like coming back to Ohio. So this state's going to be a huge market. It's just a matter
Mhm.
of time. I'm being
Right.
patient, which is a whole nother challenge for us.
For sure. For sure. And you brought up the fact that a little bit earlier, you kind of snuck in there that one day you guys might be interested in doing the storefront and being like vertically integrated in that way. That's something you'd be interested in.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I mean, my experience is, we've been building restaurants in Cincinnati and Dayton and Columbus and Toledo. So
Mhm.
we've been building community through restaurant experiences and teams for almost 15 years now. At least I have personally, and my dad's been doing it for longer than that. But yeah, I mean, the retail experience has tons of opportunity, and that's where you can really build an intimate connection with the end customer and really have a ability to talk to them and represent the brand in a way that we're not able to at the moment. So we absolutely want to. We've applied and didn't win through the recent lottery system and whatnot, but
Okay.
um, you know, probably similar to, it's probably a good thing we don't have it quite yet because we're able to focus on the flower and
Mhm.
focus on building out our operation, which is going to only get bigger and bigger. So, we'll have them eventually. It's just a matter of when, and we're just getting started. So uh,
Yeah.
we really are, and it's exciting. We have a lot of growth ahead of us over the next 5 years. So, but yeah.
Do you want to talk about anything that's coming up? Do you have any, I don't know, maybe new strains or products that you would want to discuss? I know you talked about the drinks that recently dropped. I don't know how top secret some of your products are, but I didn't know if you had anything coming up.
There's no, there isn't anything top secret. It's just, I got some. What do I have over here? I got some concrete jungle.
Okay.
These are some jungle boys genetics over here.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, they look
I
pretty.
definitely encourage anybody watching to go check out their website, especially if you're in Ohio, because y'all have an unbelievable amount of options. Like here in Illinois, when we go to a dispensary, we really have limited options, limited strain options at a lot of the dispensaries, at least the ones that are like really the two closest to me.
Well,
So with all the options you guys have, like I'm jealous, honestly.
now that I have learned a little bit more about what it takes to build a company like this. I mean, we're building a large scale operation, so this is not like a small footprint here. We're building in 100,000 square foot warehouse.
Hmm.
We got 95 employees. So as you're trying to scale up and grow craft cannabis at scale, it's really challenging. So as I'm learning, understanding genetics and how what it takes to get find good phenos of each strain and whatnot, and really dialing in the facility. It's so hard to grow really, really great cannabis every
Hmm.
single day, every single
Right.
harvest. There's so many touch points from the day we cut our clones till you receive it in a jar from the veg and the whole process. I mean, a lot of it comes down to the facility. I mean, we just expanded, so that's some big news on our end.
Okay.
Our flower's been on the market for almost a year or just over a year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we just opened a couple new rooms. So we increased our canopy almost by 120%. Got a new veg room, new mom room. So we got some new lights. So we got some taller ceilings. So we're just,
Okay.
we're learning. The environment is, as you're building out these facilities, how once your facility's built, it's hard to adjust that, and it's insanely
Mhm.
expensive. So I get um, now how challenging these businesses are to run, and I think very few people fully understand what it's like to really build something long term sustainable and how challenging it can be. So we're just excited that we're just getting started, and our flowers getting a little bit better every single day. And I think
Okay.
so we're doing great. But honestly, it's for the customers to tell us how we're doing. I think when they tell us we're doing well, we're happy, and when there's always areas to improve. But um,
Right.
yeah, we
And
got
when
all.
the business is getting hard or like the day-to-day operations are getting hard and stuff like that, what is kind of like that driving force, would you say, that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated to keep running certified cultivators and things like that?
Tenacity. I mean, it's patience and, a strong positive attitude. I mean, again, like, thank God I'm, I love cannabis, so I'm a consumer, so I get to try it all, and I get to, be a part of the conversation, and have a seat at the table, with every person on our team that manages to get a seat as well. And the passion for the product and the passion for the plant is where it all starts. So we can overcome any problem or objection or anything that we mess up on, when we go back to the basics and understand that we're all here for the same thing, and it's
Mhm.
for cannabis, and for the patients of Ohio, and for the
Yeah.
team. So it always comes back to that, and those are some of those skills. Like I'm grateful for my experience in the restaurant industry for over 10 years. To without doing that, I would not be able to build my team and connect, with my team as well as with the product in a way that, if you don't love weed, like, it's really hard to build a team of people that, you know,
Absolutely.
like, you gotta love weed. And, I loved sushi. I was never a chef. I was not a sushi chef before we started our first sushi restaurant, but
Mhm.
we were 24, and we're like, we wanna create a place that we would wanna eat at, and we thought, our customers would too. And, we learned to talk to them and figure out what they like and what they don't, and make improvements and get better. And that's what we do at Certified. I mean, we're, um, we got a lot of people that love cannabis, and that's where it starts. So when there's struggles, it always comes back to the plant and working to, figure out what we did on the last run and how we can make a little improvements on the next run. And, I'm just grateful I get to talk to my team every day, because they're the experts.
Mhm.
Picked up on a few things here and there, and I understand it a little bit more than I did at first. But
Right.
there's so much passion for the plant, and that's where it all starts. So
Well, that's amazing. That really is amazing, Zach. It's really cool to hear the process, because I know it's tough. I know it's tough in each different state, with each different state having its like set challenges and everything. What's the y'all's website exactly? Let's just say it on live so people can go check you guys out if they're interested.
certifiedcultivators.com. We go by certified. But yeah, our
Certified.
website,
Okay.
Certified Cultivators. Just look for the rainbow. And yeah, we're in a majority of the dispensaries here in the state. But
Okay.
you know, we're uh, we're we're having fun over here and just getting started. So
Are
we're
all
here
the
to serve.
major cities having a good amount of this like dispensaries, or are they concentrated in like one area? Because here in Illinois, like there's a lot in Chicago and then a couple dispersed around the state. Is that how it is in Ohio as well?
No, they're spread out. They're spread out all over Ohio. I mean,
Okay.
that's how we have 12 million people. Is we got Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, Dayton, Akron, Toledo. We got people spread out all over. So, um, you'll probably find a little bit more certified in the Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus area, probably just because it's
Okay.
a little bit more regional, closer to us. But
Okay.
we're up in all the dispensaries up in Cleveland as well. And there'll be 73 new ones opening over the next 6 to 12 months.
That's
And
pretty crazy. That's a lot. That's a steep increase right there. That's cool.
oh yeah, yeah. So it's the accessibility of getting it is getting a little bit easier. So um, you know, trusting the process and being patient and keep pushing the conversation around cannabis.
Mhm.
Um, I'm just grateful to be talking about it. It's wild. I can't believe I'm.
It's pretty crazy that we're on the internet even right now, just talking about weed, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I know. This is what you do all day. It's crazy, right? Did you ever think
Yeah.
you'd be doing this?
No, I did not at all. Zach,
Yeah.
I appreciate you joining me on the Midwest Cannabis Podcast. This has been a fun episode. I really appreciate it. You're doing tough, hard, but good work in Ohio, and I also appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate you guys, and we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you for joining us for the podcast. Anybody watching, and we will see you guys next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Central Standard. Appreciate it, guys.